Hi everyone. Today I'm wishing to talk about uh, the need to take a carer with me to Mexico, and my choice behind deciding what to do from that sort of point of view. There was a couple of options on my plate. One, my partner could come with me, but it then meant that no one was going to be around our business for 2 months. That although our business runs pretty well, at the end of the day we'd never been away from it for longer than sort of 4 days. So being away for 2 months is likely to throw up some problems. So we sort of thought that that was best not. I could get a carer in Mexico. That was one of my other options. So just pay for a carer, and that was a consideration that I was very much considering and looking at sort of doing. But outside of that is the option of taking my son. My son is 18 years old. When I was first looking at considering taking or doing this treatment overseas, he immediately sort of said that he was coming. And at that stage he was only sort of he might have been 17 or just 17 at the time when we were first looking into it. I was always hesitant about him coming, and then as we sort of looked further into it and looked at all the options, we were considering what we actually sort of do from that point of view. And he kept pushing. He kept pushing and sort of saying, I don't want you to get a carer, I want to come with you. The big issues around that is that having someone come with me as my carer, and it's a much more important role than just being my carer. It's not just cooking me food, which has to be done because I need my 3 meals a day, and of the right sort of food. There's a lot of things I can't eat, and it has to be properly prepared. The other things are the complete cleaning of the apartment we're staying in, and everything I touch and do. So the considerations around what I did from that sort of point of view, and the pressure and responsibility putting on my son's shoulders, I felt was a really big ask. The thing is if I get sick, I end up in hospital, or worst case, I end up in a box. And the feelings and responsibilities and the pressure that that could put on my 18-year-old son's, I felt was a really, really big ask. I've spoken extensively with him about it. He reassures me and continues to say that he's coming regardless, and he wants to be responsible for that. He feels that if something was to happen to me and he wasn't there, then he would feel that he wasn't able to, or he wasn't there to prevent it from happening. So it's been very challenging for me. I've spent a lot of time awake, worrying about it, being concerned about it, being concerned that if something was to go wrong, am I not ruining his life, but am I putting a pressure on your children's life that they could feel responsible for, to have to live with? So it's a really, really big ask. I think it's a really big ask. For some people, maybe not. For me, it was. It was a very, very difficult thing for me to accept. And I still have some reservations. Now the hope is that everything will go perfectly fine, and we'll come home happy as well, and it will be an amazing bonding experience between father and son, which is extraordinary, and particularly for someone who's only 18 years old. So yeah, so I guess that's my feelings. I'll probably always be a little bit uneasy about it until I'm back home, and that I know everything's gone well, and that the pressure hasn't affected him. The pressure hasn't upset him to a degree where where he feels or basically goes a bit off the rails, or not off the rails, that's a bit wrong. He's a very, very mature 18-year-old, typically a sort of a 24, 25-year-old, you would say. So, but yeah, the biggest concerns is that I put a block within his life moving forward for a little while anyway, that yeah, it's a concern for me. Anyway, I think I've banged on about that enough. All going well. We're sort of still counting down and fast approaching, but yeah, thanks for your time. Cheers.